Hello, hello! This is Pauline from Pauline Art Stuff, and today we are back for a color along. Today we're gonna color in my favorite book as of this now. Like at this point, I think it's one of my favorites right now. It's Nelco Neco, A Story of a Precious Cat. And yeah, we've already done quite a lot of color alongs in this book, but we're gonna do another one. So yeah, last month we did the October page, which was the Halloween page, which is this lovely page, double page. So if you're interested in that, you can find that in the playlist for Nelco Neco. And we also used watercolor on this and then colored pencils on top. And we are going to do the same thing today on this page. So this is the one we're going to do today. As you can see, I already placed some cardstock behind it and clipped it to the paper, so it stays nice and flat while we work on it. I'm going to use my Chris Hong brushes. As you can see, this is her name. It was a collaboration with Craftamo. So I've got a whole set of watercolor brushes. And I picked a small one, a medium, and a big flat one. I'm mainly using this one just to wet the paper, and I'm using these to like actually paint. So those are the brushes that I took. And we're gonna use the Holbein, no, not the Holbein, the Paul Rubens watercolor set to do my watercolor with. And I'm also using probably some of this set, which is the metallic and the glitter paint from the same brand. So that's what we're going to use today, and we're going to color this lovely page. So where will we start? I'm going to use my palette. It looks like this, so I can reference which colors are where. And I've got my swatch sheet over here, so I can pick my colors. They will also appear on screen while we work. So I will put this somewhere that is like really nice for me. So I put this on the left and I place my palette on it. So you can only see this part and not the rest, but that's fine. So then you can at least see how I mix my colors if I mix something. Let's see. Let me install this a little bit. There we go. So now we can see almost everything. Let me move the book a little bit. All right, and we're gonna start. So I've got 2 jars with just plain water, and one of them is like the clean bottle and the other one is like the dirty bottle. So what I mean by that is let's open it first. I mean that if I have my brush and I dipped it in the paint and it's all dirty, I put it first in the dirty one, like rinse it out until it doesn't get any cleaner. And then once I've done that, I move it to the second bottle to extra clean it. And if I need any water for the page, I also use the clean bottle. In this way, you always have a bottle with like cleanish water and one that's like really dirty. And that works like a treat. So I've got my water to the side. Now let me move it a little bit more to the left. Let's see if I can move the book a little bit more in frame because it's a bit difficult. There we go. Now we are completely in frame because I'm gonna keep it zoomed out so that you can see the whole page, because this is just a basing step. So what we will do is we're gonna use green on the leaves over here on these bushes, and we use some green for her eyes because it's gonna be a green-eyed kitty. She's gonna be a light salmony pinkish color, really light, like I do all the time in this book. And then we're going to use a reddish pink for the card and her dress, and some gold accents, and maybe some blue for the darker parts of her dress, but I'm not really sure yet. And for the background I have not decided yet, but I'm thinking of using a granulating watercolor, which is this one. It's a Holbein watercolor, and it's called Burke's Parrot Pink. I actually saw this not too long ago in a video from, I think it was Coloring with Kay, and I bought it because I really liked it. It's a granulating watercolor that has a orangey and pink tone in them. So if you use enough water, it can have the color spread. So I might use that in the background because that would look nice with the pink. But we're first gonna just do our base and then we will see. So I will use my big brush for that, big flat one. We're just gonna like make the whole page wet. just all of it. Just gonna smear water on it basically. Just make it wet so it's damp. It will dry up really quick because this paper soaks up the water pretty well. So it will dry up. So if you need it wetter while we're working, we're just adding more water then at that point. So now I'm just wetting the entire page so it stays a little bit moist while we work. And if I need a lot of water, say for instance with the granulating water, then I will just apply this step again, but only on the parts that I want the effect on. So not everywhere like we are doing right now. Right now I'm just wetting the entire page, basically. Because that makes it a bit easier to make nice smooth blends. I can see a hair over here. And I think there's 2 more hairs over here. They're cat hairs of my cat, which are probably on my sleeve. I think it's wet enough because it's glistening all over the page. Let me do it one more time. Yeah, I think we are done with this one. So let's move it. I always have a tissue, a piece of tissue, so I can like dab my paintbrush if it's too wet. So now we're not using the big one. Now we're going to use this one. And we will start with a nice pink reddish color. So I'm thinking of this one, but I want it more diluted than this, probably. I'm not sure. We're first going to use a diluted version of this. It's B212. And I don't know the name. It is, I think, rose red. I think. Yes, rose red. So I'm just going to put water here. Let me move this a bit more away so I've got more space. So I put a lot of water on my palette already because I want to dilute it. And then I do 1 drop of water on the palette. And I just leave it there for a little while. So it activates the watercolor. And usually it goes really quick with this paint. So I just use my brush to activate it a bit. So that the color comes loose. And then I put it there. See how quickly that went? Really nice pinkish color. There we go. Nice pigmented. So now my brush is really wet and really pink, as you can see. And I think I'm just going to go straight in because we already used a lot of water here. It's already pretty diluted. So in case it is too wet, I can dab it like this and then start painting. So let me pull up my sleeve a little bit because otherwise I will have it hanging in the paint. That happens quite often with me, that I'm hanging my clothing in the paint. We're going to start with the card. So I want these parts really nice and pink. Yeah, see how diluted it is now? So we can always go darker, but going lighter is more difficult. If it's too dark, you can't really take it away as easily. So we're just gonna fill it in like we do right now. Trying to be careful to not go over the lines. I will probably still go over the line. But yeah, basically we're just gonna fill it all up. All these blocks we're gonna fill up with this color. The paper dries really quick in this book. So if it gets too dry, you can always wet the page. But be mindful, if the page is completely soaked, then this will bleed out. So then you can't really make these nice smooth lines anymore. So that is something to remember. If that's an effect you want, that it bleeds into each other, then yes, make it nice and wet. But if that's not what you're going for, then I suggest you not to do that. Like right now, the paper is only a little bit moist, so it's not completely soaked. Which is what I want. I don't want it completely soaked. It looks a little bit light on certain spots. As if I'm rubbing away the paint. If you know what I mean. It's fine. Let's just continue. Let's blow the hair away. If your hand is not so stable, put your finger down on the page like this. And then try to use your rest of your hand to angle the brush. Then all of a sudden you're not shaking. Well, if I do like this, I start shaking immediately. That's a tip for anyone that has trouble stabilizing their paint pen or their pen. the brush. Oh my god. Words are hard, people. Yeah, because I have a shake usually. I also have spasms. So if I'm not having a good day, I can't do stuff like this. I really have to have a good day to do this kind of stuff with the brush. So I use my hand to stabilize my my movement. So it's easier for me. And yes, the paper is damp. So you will also get a bit of a damp, moist hand because you do it. Like once you colored parts in, you might not want to put your hand in that because you might ruin it. Because we have nothing underneath my hand, you can easily lay your hand on the paper. It just depends on how you prefer to paint. But yeah, we're basically just gonna do a base color on everything. And then we will do some colored pencils next time. So we will only do the watercolor today. Nice and simple base layer. Not too much fuss, basically. So let's keep going. Really nice pink color in my opinion. I really like it. It's still like soft, but really pink. And that's what I like about this color. I really love it. It's one of my favorite colors in the palette. I'm also gonna hopefully do a color along for the next page next month, which is a Christmas page, which is part of the buddy group that I'm in for this book. So that's the page that was picked for like November and December, but because I really would like to make this a focus book of mine or a project book. I don't know exactly how you call it, if you want to color in it all year round until it's like basically done, hopefully. That's the plan, to finish this book. So I want to do a page a month. So if the buddy group picks like a double, then that's like my page picked for the next 2 months. But if we pick a single like we did this time, I'm picking one myself to do in the other month, so that I do 1 page a month, no matter if we pick a double or not. Because I like doing that, because for me it's easily done to do 1 page each month. I did that the whole year already. Like I even did some more in some months because I was playing catch up with the group of what they have already done in the months before I joined. So I did quite a lot in some months and less in others, but that's fine. I don't mind playing catch up. But because I really like working in this book, I thought like, yeah, I want to keep going with like a page a month, so that it slowly fills up over the years. Because even if I do 1 page a month, this book has 74 pages. So that's still going to take years to complete. So that's why I want to keep up the pace. Instead of doing only 1 page each for each 2 months, I want to do a little bit more than that. So that's why I did this one, because we've got the Met Tea Party theme this month, November. So I was like, yeah, there's so many lovely Alice pages in this book, Alice theme pages, that I was like, yep, we're gonna do one of those, because I really like Alice in Wonderland. It's not my favorite Disney movie, but I like Disney in general. And I do like the colors that are used in the Alice in Wonderland movie. They're pretty bold. And I like it. Like the bold red and the blue of her dress and the yellow hair. And it's just really nice. So that's why I was really happy to pick one myself this month. Because the idea that I joined the buddy group was so that I don't have to pick my own pages. It will be picked for me. Like you can see I'm going over the lines, but I don't really mind if it's a bit messy. Like that happens all the time. Let's see, that one should be white. And I think I want this part also pink. There should be another colored part. So that is the card done with this color. I also want some pink roses, so let's do this one. I don't want all of them pink. I want only a few. I want white and pink roses. So I'm not going to do all of them. I'm just going to do one single base layer like this. And then I'll skip these two, I think. No, I skipped those two. So I will do this one. And then we do that and that also pink. And the other ones will leave white. So that we've got a nice mix of pink and white flowers. Really nice, these flowers. You could even just leave it like this, you know, only do the watercolor and don't do any pencils on top. It still looks really nice, but now you've got a choice. You could either do it like this and leave it, or you could still use some pencils for like some shading, extra shading on top. But you could also do that with watercolor if you like. Then you just do a second time, but then instead of just basing it, you apply the shades that you would otherwise do with pencils. Yeah, I want this one pink as well. Just leave a few white, not all of them. Do I want that one or that one? I think I want this one pink. Leave the other one white again. Yeah, really nice. Really lovely. Alright, let's also do it for this one. I want this one pink. Just because we can. I did like think about maybe doing like the original red color, but I thought pink would be nicer because I like soft colors, and we already did a really dark one last time with the Halloween, so I was like, let's go a little bit brighter this time around, a little bit more cheerful, because it fits the theme of Alice in Wonderland. And I really like the pink on the flowers instead of the red. And that's probably what I will do in this book, also on the other pages that have roses from Alice in Wonderland. Just because I really like it, the combination. Okay, and then we got one more bush over here, and I'm going to pick this one. And then all the flowers are also done. Oh, what did I do? I dropped something on the book over there. Let's see, what is it? Is it paint? Is it dried up? What is it? I'm not sure if that was like, oh, that was a drop. Yeah. So now we've got a small dot. It's okay. It happens. Okay, then now I want the heart pink. So I also want these letters pink. I want most of her dress pink. Some on her top maybe. Maybe the belt. I'm not sure yet. I want this ribbon pink. So I want quite a lot of pink on her as well. This is the Red Queen. So I want this lovely jewel pink as well. And then I also want this side of the ribbon pink. Oh, I'm messing up. Yeah. I have to focus a little bit on this so I don't go out of the line, because that would be a shame, messing it up like that. Like, I go over the line sometimes by accident, but if I can help it, I try not to. Okay, I think I like that. Then I also want the hearts pink. Like, let's do the markings first. Let's pick some more paint up. Let's do these marks on the cards. If you think this is too light, you could always do another go with the same paint to make it darker, and go as dark as you like. So if you like it much darker, you might want to dilute it less. I really like diluted colors so that if we pick our pencils, we can do a lot more shading, and you've still got some light spots as well. Because if you start too dark with the watercolor, you will have less contrast later on. And that's why I like to go lighter at first. I want all the hearts pink, so let's also do this one. There we go. There's hearts over here. I'm having a lot of fun this month with some Alice in Wonderland theme pages in other books, and I saved this one for last until I've done all my buddies, and I've done my buddies. So I was like, yep, we're gonna do this book now, because then I can just take my time to do this book instead of having to stress out that I have to like be quick because I still need to do so many buddies, blah 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 blah. I don't like that. I like to take my time for pages, whether it's a body or not. But I like to do the bodies in the beginning of the month so that they are done and out of the way, that I don't have to disappoint anyone. And it gives me a nice boost, to do a lot of pages in a short amount of time, which I really like, I just like how much creativity and nice conversations you get by buddying. That's just so nice. Like, I think I also want this whole side and this little bit pink as well. But yeah, I love doing buddies because it motivates me a lot to get stuff done. But having too many buddies, that stresses me out. So I had like quite a lot of buddies in November. I think I had about 8, I think 9 maybe. I had quite a lot, and there came a few extra ones later as well. So yeah, I had a lot of them, but some were with my sister. I had 4 with my sister, which were all double pages, because we do 2 pages in each book that we buddy in. But she didn't have the colors she wanted to make the colors she wanted for the characters. So she wants to wait until she buys her new set of pencils, so that she can use the color that she actually wants to use, because she will use the same colors for the characters throughout the book. And she doesn't want to make a B option. She wants her A option, like a preference option. And she knows that is like part of the set that she wants to buy. We're waiting for the Black Friday sales to come. So hopefully then one of those sets are on sale and it saves us some money. So that's why we skipped 2 books for buddies for this month, which will hopefully be done next month. So that was therefore I only had 2 buddies with my sister this month, but that was still really nice. We are doing the character pages in the Tokumeku books basically, which is really nice to do. But yeah, that's what kept me busy. And I had also a lot of other buddies, like one with coloring Bumblebee in my new Tokumeku book. And I had one with Shermaine coloring and color by Adri, I believe, in my Maria Troll fairy tale book, which I just got new not too long ago. And I loved working in that as well. I had so many buddies this month. Like, I also colored in my new Kanoko Agusa book with a buddy, which was really awesome. Found out that I really like her style as well, even though it's like quite realistic. Just like this, basically. It's also more realistic. Oh my god, did I do that? I did. You see what I did? I smudged some paint with my hand. And also here, like, oh my god, what am I doing? I didn't even notice. I also want, is it still on my hand? No. Okay, let's put my other hand here, so I've got something to lay on. I want these ones pink as well. Let's put a little bit more paint on my brush. Just be careful. There's a lot of details here. I'm using the tip of my brush, so I've got way more control. Like, there's a really tiny tip on this one. That's what you get if you've got a higher quality brush. You usually can make really fine strokes and really broad strokes with even a big paintbrush, because it keeps that point really well if it's a more quality brush. Like the cheaper ones, they usually flatten out really quick and you don't get the really tiny tip. That goes away really quick after a few uses. But with the more expensive ones, it stays basically. And if it gets a bit like rough looking, the brush tip, then you can even use some wax, I believe it is. I don't know how you call it. Like, you clean it and then you put some stuff on it where that it gets like it bounces back basically, so you can use it again, so it's a bit better. If you've got like some wild brush hairs, you could even cut those out if that's annoying, and then you can still use the brush for quite some more time. Like I always use the same brush for years and years. I only bought these brushes like I think last year somewhere, not too long ago, but I wanted to invest in nice watercolor brushes because I found out that I actually like doing watercolor. Like before I was only colored pencils all the time, and I did some alcohol markers as well in the last few years because pencil work became really hard with my hands because I've got chronic pain and fibromyalgia I've got as well, which causes also a lot of pain in my muscles and my hands. And on top of that, I also have a neurological disorder, which makes it so I've got spasms and cramps as well. And then sometimes I lose even my strength in my hand and I drop stuff. So I lose control basically. So then I would drop my cup, my brush, my pencil. I would just drop everything. And that's why I tried alcohol markers for a very long time. But I had new medicine, so now my pain is a little bit more bearable and I'm shaking a lot less because of it, which is good. Let's see. I want also some red in these ones, but I'm not sure which ones. I think I want the circle shapes in the pink color. Let's do these, like these parts. Let's do that. And then we will see for the other parts which color or which parts I want pink. Let's do one element at a time. Do I also want the inner one? No. I think I want that a different color. Okay. Then we also do the same for this one. Am I still with my hand in the paint? No. Okay, good. Checking myself. Yeah, it's a bit messy today. I'm messing things up. I also think I want these ones as well, pink. And then we're gonna do like one square we do pink, one square we don't. These ones. Like this. And then the other ones can become like blue or gold. But I think I want the edges gold. For this one I want the rounded bits. Is this also a rounded bit? Probably. I want basically a whole mix of blue, pink and gold. That's like the color scheme that I'm going for on this page. Because that's also the color scheme, like, and some green of course for the leaves. But that's also the color scheme that I want on the opposite page. Because I like to use the same color palette on both sides. That's why I changed from red to pink. Because I really like it. I really like this color. Okay, let's also... Oh, I'm shaking a little bit too much. Yeah, this is just a matter of patience and taking your time with these shapes. It can be really tricky. And if you are too scared to go in like I do, you might want to cover some stuff up with like, what do you call that? Masking fluid. But I don't own any because I never use it. I'm like stubborn and I always just go straight in. Like for me it's probably just as difficult doing this than doing the masking fluid. So I rather just go straight ahead. Like just do it straight on the page. And even if I go over the lines, then so be it. I will live with it. It's just part of like the process. I enjoy doing this so much, and I wouldn't enjoy doing the masking fluid. So, and for me it's about having fun. And it's not like it's that ugly if you go over a line a little smidge like we did over there, for instance, and over there. Like it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a coloring book. Just means like why I color is to have fun. And I am having fun with this. So I don't really mind if it's not perfect. I'm like, yeah, oh no, I did go over the line. That, yes, I've got that reaction. But it doesn't make me sad, you know, because I know I can like make it still look pretty. Even though I messed up with the smudges over here. And all that stuff. Like that is what happens when you color. Okay, we're also gonna do it on these. And we're doing the same on that. And I think for the necklace I want the background pink. Because there's less patterns on it. So I think that will look really nice. And otherwise I'll like, if I do the droplets, Not sure if I like that. Maybe I want them gold. You know what I mean? For some accents. I think that would be nicer. So that's why I change it up over there in a second when we get around to those. But you can see how vibrant of a color you can get really easily with watercolor. That's why I like it. It fills up the page really quickly. Even if you take your time like we do right now, it's still a lot faster than colored pencils. If you have to do this with pencils, you're like busy for way longer. Okay, I also want it on these. So I like to base with my watercolor in my coloring books. I also like doing it in the Tokumeku books, because that paper is quite, it has some texture on it, basically. So if you do only colored pencils, then it still looks really grainy. Okay, now I can allow my hand, I think. Okay, let's also do these small ones. And then I want the background on this one, which is tricky. Like the page has become pretty dry by now. So if you want to do a nice blend somewhere, you might want to wet the area that you want to lay down your color first. But because I'm doing detailed stuff, it's actually good that the paper is a little bit less wet. So you can do like more of a dry technique, so it don't spread all over the page. It's actually really handy for a situation like this, to keep the paper dry. Like if you want to do the background, then I usually go for a lot more water. But I'm not really sure if I want to do a background. So we're first going to do the entire picture, and then we'll have a look. And if I then still think it needs something in the background, I will add that afterwards. I'm thinking maybe of doing this one pink as well, but I'm not sure. Maybe I want that blue instead. I'm not sure yet. Let's leave that. Let's do the inside of the sleeve, so these parts. I want the edges nice and gold. I think that will look really nice. Yeah, this is tricky. Because I do this pink now, I'm definitely not going to do that pink. So I think that would be too much. So I'm thinking of doing blue over there. Or we can make the belt blue and then her top like goldish tone. I'm not sure yet. I think a darker tone will look better on it. I don't know what I want for the belt. I have to think about that too. Okay, let's do this one as well. So I should change my angle. If you're leaving a puddle of water with some pigment, always do it on the part where you want like the most shading, because it will dry up darker than the rest of your where you place your pigment, because this is lighter than that when it dries up, because you left a puddle of ink or pigment, you know what I mean. Yeah, I like this. And then maybe that one I want a darker tone as well. And then gold on the crown. We still have stripes here, but I think I don't want any color on that. And I also don't want color on that. I think maybe, no, I want those gold. I'm just thinking out loud. I think this is all I want with the pink. So let's clean my brush. Let's clean it. And then we're gonna pick our blue, I think, first. Or maybe our gold first, because then we've got more of an overview of what we might want. Still quite some pigment on the brush, as you can see. So I just keep going until it's like almost no color anymore. Still color coming off. See, now it's getting like a lot cleaner. So then you do it like maybe 1 or 2 more times until it's like really almost gone. like that. All right, then I'm gonna go for the gold, I think, but we don't have gold in this one, so I'll put this one to the side and we'll come back to that one later. Then I will pick this one, which has gold, which is this one, which is number C303, Royal Gold. That's that color that we're going to use. And I think I already have it here as well. This like dried up bit is also that color. So let's like dissolve that with some water, reactivate it. And then we're going to grab the gold that we want. This one. Let's make it a bit wet. Like some watercolors activate really quick and others need some time. Like this set, because it's metallic, it usually takes a little bit longer than the normal watercolors from the other set. So I usually try to, like, see, it's coming off, see, beautiful. Gorgeous gold. I want quite a lot on my palette. There we go. I think this is perfect. Okay, let's start with doing the belt. So I think I want it on the belt. Is it too diluted? Maybe. Probably. It's not really that yellowy gold. Let me see. It's a bit diluted. Let me clean my brush. Let's take on some more pigment on the palette. Okay, and then I'm going to take my smaller brush because we're going to do a lot of small details. So I'm going to use the other brush. We're going to use our tiny one for a change, which I normally never do, as you all know. So I'm going to mix it and then use it. Let's do one more pass. Let's use a little bit more pigment. Hopefully that helps. So I don't think this is really nice and smooth, but it does look nice and glittery, so that's what I want. And we're also going to do them on the edges over here. Yeah. I'm a bit tired today. So my energy is not as enthusiastic as usual. So I hope you don't mind. We're a bit more in a relaxing mood today, like taking some time to make something nice. As long as I take my time, everything is fine. I want these edges gold as well. And I just think it's not that visible for some reason. I expected more pigment for some reason. Like, and what if it happens if we do like this? No, yeah, that is the pigment. Okay. Then at least I know it's not just me. It just has a little bit less pigment than I thought it would have. Which is fine. At least it's a nice and pretty gold in my opinion. I really like it. I want these gold. Yeah, once you do a bigger area, you can really see the shine. Gorgeous. Really pretty color. Yeah, just the edge. You could also do this with water-based markers if you want. This paper can take almost anything, except for alcohol markers, of course, because they will bleed through. And then you sacrifice the page behind it if you do that. Maybe that's not something you want to do for that reason. I think I want the dot in the middle pink. I don't know if I want gold there. I want gold on these edges. I've been making a lot of videos lately, and not all of them are color alongs, if you've noticed. And I actually do enjoy making other videos as well, but this might be like temporary. Like whenever I've got an idea, I will make something different as well. Like the planner videos is just a temporary thing. Like once I've done everything, it's done basically. But like collection video, that's something I want to do like once a year, because your collection keeps growing and changing, you know, like throughout the coloring journey. I think I want these outer ones and the inner ones also gold, like these. I'm actually getting a bit hungry. I can feel it. My belly is starting to rumble a little bit. So once I'm done with basing, I think I'm going to take a break and then see how I feel. Like we're going to finish the watercolor, but if I feel good enough, I might already start with the pencils today. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'm too tired after this. We will see. But if not, we're just going to continue with the fun. I really like this already. Like it's not complicated at all, but I like it. Okay, I also want, I think I want the whole thing gold. Because there's no like separation on this line. So I think I just want it all gold, just like the belt. And then I want these edges over here gold as well. Oh, that's a lot of pigment. And this edge. Yeah. So I hope you're also enjoying yourself with the Met Tea Party. I found a really nice Alice in Wonderland page in one of my other coloring books by Desert Fox Sogyomi, which is a Korean book with a little fox with his little cactus friend. And there's actually an Alice in Wonderland page in the Four Seasons one from that artist, and I love it. It's like her falling down the rabbit hole basically, and then she, like the fox is Alice, and his little cactus friend is the cat. I'm not even sure anymore. They're both falling down the hole. I can't remember, but they both had like characteristics of the movie on them. I'm just gonna color this whole crown gold, and we can always go over it with pencils if we want some darker shading, etc, etc. So that's why I'm just going over the entire surface. This is just a base. Yeah, all of it gold, please. I love it. All right, is there any more gold that I would like? We forgot this one with the pink. I want these lines also gold on the card, like these little bits. I always seem to forget a part on my page every single time when I color. And that's okay, we can always go back. These are pretty tiny. Let's just make them all gold. I was thinking maybe of doing some pink on this one, but no. I think I just want all the bits gold on the card. Keep it simple. Don't make it too complicated. Paint is also drying up a little bit on my palette. Let's use a little bit of water. Let's take some more pigment, because it's getting a bit, we don't need a lot more, but we do need more than we have now. So let's use it a little bit more. Okay, I think this should do. All right, let's continue. It's a pretty simple page, this one. So this one is not as complicated as some pages in this book. Like, it has a lot of detailed pages, but this is not one of them. This one is actually a lot simpler, which I like for a change. I think these cats are so adorable. Hence why I'm doing so many color alongs in it, because I think people like seeing it. Like, it's one of those books that people get intimidated by really quickly. So that's why I thought, like, then color alongs could be really nice. Because if you're stuck or afraid, you might see this and think like, oh, I can do that. And that's why I do these kind of videos. To help people out or give them ideas of something they might want to try. I really like doing them. Yeah. Is that all? Let me check before I put away my paint and there's more. I think that's it with the gold. Okay, good. Let's clean my brush and then go back to the pink. Yeah, it's already clean. All right, let's cover this one up. Put this one to the side. That's all the gold. Then we go back to our pink, which is still hopefully wet enough. Yes, it is. Good. Let's use the small brush. Yeah, it's still wet enough. See, we can just continue where we left off. Let's use this. This is color B212 Rose Red. Just for the people that are coloring along, that's the color. I forgot this entire bit. Silly. Alrighty, I think that's all that I want with this color. So let's clean my brush again. And let's go for some skin color. I don't know what I want with the outfit just yet. I do want to keep a lot of it white, but I also want a color in the background. Maybe like a light blue for that. And then maybe we can do that black or really dark, like really dark red or purple. You know, more like that one. You know what I mean? Like a lot darker for this bit and the sleeves and that. I think that would be really pretty instead of doing like a dark blue. Because I don't really like a dark blue. And black I also don't like. But it needs contrast. So I need something with a lot more color. Okay, let me use my bigger brush again. Use some water. We're gonna use the darker pink then. Let's do that first. Yeah. So that is number... what is it? B220. And the name is Madder Red. I think that's what it says. It's hard to read upside down, but I think that's what it is. Let's see how dark it is. Oh yeah, that is like really nice and bold. Let's use that. We're gonna use it straight off the palette. I hope it's not too wet. So let me dab it before. Yeah, it's really wet. That's why. Okay, let's try it. Oh yeah, I like it already. Oof. Ooh la la, baby. Now I have to be really careful not to go over the line, because this one is really obvious. Oh my god, I already messed up there. Maybe I should take the smaller brush anyway. And then I am there going with my big brush again. Like, oh my god. Oh, gorgeous color. Really pretty. Yeah, I think I made the right choice. going for a more reddish tone. Now we still have some red on the picture. I like it. Okay, let's also do this. Let's also do the inner part, but I think that might be a little bit wet still. No, I think it's fine. Let's do all the white parts on the top. Maybe this is also pretty with just white. I don't know yet. Let's take a bit more pigment. I'm actually waiting for my color cubes from Sarah Renee Clark. I ordered the second edition. I already have the first edition and I was really happy with them, but my problem with them was that I couldn't sort them in a way that I liked, like that was easy to use basically. She couldn't tell. So I did order them by color, like by myself, but it was still a bit difficult to find what you want, you know, while using it. So in the end I just grabbed a stack and looked through them every single time until I found something that I liked. And now with the new one, it should have categories. Am I making the, yeah, I am making that red as well. Okay, let's also make this part red. But yeah, I ordered it like before, like when it came out. So that is like the end of November, no, the end of October. And today it is the 14th of November. And it was supposed to come last Wednesday. Today it is Friday. So it was already supposed to come on Wednesday. Then it got delayed till Friday, which is today. And now it is delayed till next Friday. Like, what the heck is going on? You know, like it comes from England, the one that I ordered from that warehouse. Because that's the closest to me because I live in the Netherlands. But yeah, it did not really like, it was like the label was created on like the end of October. But it wasn't like actually shipped out physically until like 2 weeks later almost. Like yesterday, the 13th of November, it actually started like tracking the actual route it would take. So yeah, it was not yet shipped out by before that time. I think I want these also with the dark red and also this part behind it. I think that would look really pretty. But that might be a bit difficult with such a big brush. Let's take the other brush. Just because this might be a bit difficult. Okay, let's switch. Because I don't want to make a mess. Alright, let's also do these ones. Even with a small brush, I'm already making a mess. It's fine. It is fine. I don't know if I want those. So let's just stick to these first. And then we can have a look if I like it. And if I want more pieces red, we can always go in with more. I do really like this. So when it dries up, it still has like a pinkish undertone because of the pink next to it. Even though it's really red. I love this color. Really nice and bold. I recorded my coloring book confession tag, like, was it yesterday? Maybe the day before, I don't know. I think it was yesterday that I recorded it. I went through all my books and I was like, okay. No, it was the day before because yesterday I filmed something else that you will see later. Or maybe you've already seen it. It is the Christmas pages in all my Asian book that I did yesterday. I'm not sure if it will already be up by the time you see this. It might not. We will see. Because it depends on when I finish this picture, when this one goes up. Because I usually like to wait with uploading it until I've got all the parts almost ready. So that I can upload them like one day after the other. So you might have seen it already, the Christmas pages, you might not. I have no idea by this time. Oh, I forgot one. Like, how can I not tell that I forgot one? Pretty obvious, right? That is what I always find so funny when I'm doing pages like this, that I forget like something really obvious, and then I look, I'm like, oh, that's not correct. I think everybody has those moments that they are like so with their nose on it, basically, that they only see it later. Yeah, I also want this part in red. And there we go. Beautiful red on this one. I really like this color. Not used it as much yet. So I usually go for the less bold ones. Like red is not really a color that I use a lot. Like I use it, but not like overly use it. Like this is a lot of red for me on one page. I do really like it. But yeah, it's the Queen of Hearts, like with red. So it's pretty fitting for her. But still, it sometimes feels wrong to add like straight up red to a page. Because it's so bold, you know? Even though it can look really pretty. But yeah, I'm patiently waiting or impatiently waiting for my color cube to arrive. I did actually think about not ordering them because I already had the first version, but the thing I didn't like about it is that I couldn't sort it. And with the new box, that is actually possible. Even if I don't use her categories, but I make my own, that is perfectly fine as well. But then at least I've got the space to do so, like the height and such. So I think I might make my own categories, but I first want to see what she did, because if I like those categories while using it, I'll keep them. And if I don't like them, I might change it up later, you know, like after using it for a while. Because you have to use it in order to know if that's something you like. Because I usually like it more by type of color, you know, like, because I usually got an idea, like I want maybe like my main color to be red, for instance. I think I also want these parts, like the ones, those circling parts with this color. Because usually I got like an idea for like my main color on the page. And then I usually go looking for palettes with that color. So therefore I had it by the main color on the palette, basically on the card. Because there's like pictures on them. And the main color in the picture is where I sort them by, basically. So when there was a lot of red, they were in the red category for me, etc, etc. But because I couldn't really flip through the sections that easily, because there were no dividers, it still was difficult to find what I needed. Like I had to go by memory of where I put stuff. Yeah, I think this is nice. I don't think I want these parts to be red. I think the white looks really nice. So let's keep the rest white for now. Like I can always add some blue elements with like a pencil later down the line. Okay, let's let me think. I want the cat. That's what I wanted to do, and then I got distracted by the dress. Okay, let's do the skin. For that, I used the pink, I think, with white and some ochre, I think. Let's see. This one is not like clean yet, so let me clean that. Definitely not clean, but it's okay because we're going to use that color again. But I do want to activate this one, so I don't want it to become really dirty, if you know what I mean. Like, no, it's not that dirty. Okay, good. Let's use some white. Use a little bit of that one. Yeah, that's really pink. So we need like the ochre color, which is the fourth one on the left. Just this color, which is C255. Naples yellow. So I'm taking the Naples yellow. I'm gonna put it there. I think that's the color I usually use as a base with some of this, I think. Yeah, this is what I usually have. Something like this. Like a creamy pinkish tone. Yep. So that is the colors white, Naples Yellow 200, C255, and the pink is B212 Rose Red. Those are the 3 colors that I mixed here for this color. And then I used a lot of water to dilute it. The white makes the paint usually pretty opaque, so you have to be careful with adding too much white. All right, let's base the kitty. Really lovely soft color. There we go. And the feet and the tail, and that's all that is visible, I think, from this one. And then I want some blush on the cheek and some blush color on the inside of the ear. So let's do that now. So now we're going to add in some of the pink that we already had. We're going to add it in. See, now it becomes more of a brighter pink. That's perfect for the inside of the ears. I will dab it off so it's not too wet. So we use that for the inside of the ear. I don't want to leave the puddle, so I'm gonna dab it a bit. Maybe it's a little bit too light. And then I want some blush on the cheek. And on the nose. I'm not sure if I like it like this. Let's add some water. Just plain water. And let's dab it a little bit on the outside so it comes a little bit less harsh of a line. And we leave the puddle of water in the middle, like that. So now we get a really light blush on her cheek. And I also want a little bit of blush underneath her tail, like here, just for some, what do you call it? Shadow. Like that. I think her ear is not dark enough, so let's add a little bit more pink to it. Let's add a little bit more. Maybe that's a bit too much, but I like it darker like this. Dabbing it in. Because it's pretty wet, it will dry up there. Okay, and then I also want it inside the mouth, the same color. Yeah, I probably will darken that up with pencils, but for now this is perfectly fine. Okay, then I need some green for her eyes in the bush. And I usually go for more of like an emerald-ish green. Like this, something like in between these two. So I think I'm gonna go for A602. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, number 6 from the bottom. Let's see. Next to the turquoise, like 2 down from the turquoise. I have to really think about which one it is. It is 2 down, so it's this one, if I'm correct. Yes, beautiful color. This color is, let me check again, A602, and it's called, let me have a look. It is called Malachite Green. Malachite Green. Really lovely green. That's the green we're gonna use for the leaves as well, I think. Maybe a little bit less dark. I think I want some lighter green in as well, like more of a yellowy green to brighten it up, but I'm not sure yet. At least less dark than this, because this is quite dark. But for the eyes, this is perfect. So let's use a little bit for the eyes. Because this is the tone that I like to use for her eyes. Yeah, it dries up lighter. Like this is really nice. It pops. And then I think I'm just gonna use it straight up for the bottom of the leaves. Oh, it's not that dark. You know, I think we're fine. Okay, because I diluted it quite a lot. I think that's why it's fine. Okay, let's just add it to the leaves. But yeah, you can see that even just basing with watercolor already takes up like quite a lot of time, you know, even if you don't do too much. You're already like working on a page for like an hour to 1.5 hours just by basing it usually, which is pretty normal for a book like this, you know. Sometimes it even takes longer because if you use like watercolor pencils, you first have to lay down the pencils, then you have to activate, etc., etc. So then you've got an extra step in between even. So then it takes even more time. But even with watercolor, if it's more detailed, you might need more time because you have to be more careful, you have to mask it off, which is also more time. It's just the way it goes with these kind of things. Like every coloring page needs a certain amount of time. There's a hair on my brush. Yep. Every coloring page takes a certain amount of time to color. And you already know, like when you color already for like a little while, you already know almost beforehand that some pages will take a long time. Just because of all the detail in it. And that is okay, but just make sure you've got the time for it, you know, like even if you have to divide it over several days. But with watercolor, it's nice that you can just continue on, because if you have to remix your colors and you forgot how to do it, that's a bit sad. And you might be like not happy with the result. That's why I like to do the basing all in one go and then leave it overnight. And then the next day I usually do the pencil work, because even though it feels like dry after like an hour or so, if you use your pencil on it, you still have the chance that it might rip the paper or damage it because it's still a bit damp. So that's why I'm probably gonna wait till tomorrow before I'm gonna put pencils on it. Because I did say that I might want to do that later today, but I don't, because I'm getting pretty tired right now. But if I do, it will be after like dinner. But I think I might be too tired by then. So that's why I think it will be tomorrow instead. And I might base the other page, the Christmas page, as well after this. When this dries up in an hour, I could maybe base the other one as well. And I'll just leave it like, once that one is like dry to touch, I'll just leave the book open with like clips on the top so that they are separated. Like then the book is open but standing up, you know, that you stand it up on the side. That's how I usually do it when I like do multiple pages, like basing. Okay, those are done. Now we need to do the other side. Oh my god, excuse me, little burp. But yeah, I've been watching all the coloring confessions videos from everyone, and some pick like a lot of books per question. I'm like, weren't you supposed to pick one, or did it actually say books with an S? I'm not sure, but I thought you just had to pick one for each category. But I see a lot of people pick more than one for each category, and I do like seeing all of that, but I was just surprised. But yeah, that's maybe just me, because I'm not really a huge fan of tech videos, but I do like watching them. Like, I only don't like to be tech myself, but in the end it wasn't that bad after all, you know. Like, I had fun picking out my books, and filming it was also fun. Talking about my books, showing them was fun. So in the end it wasn't as bad as I think it might be, you know. It's just the idea of the tech video that I really don't like. But it turned out pretty okay. I wasn't really like on a torture run or something, you know, like I had fun, even though I don't like text. But it's fine, you know, sometimes you know that people will love seeing it. So then I decide like, yeah, I will still do it because I know I like to watch it. So then people also like to watch mine. Yeah, I think I like this. So now we've got the grass and the tree trunks, but let's do the grass first. So I'm gonna add in a little bit of a greenish yellow. I think I'm gonna add in this one because it's really bright, and if we mix it with that one, which is the A602, you get something in between, which is really nice. So we're gonna add in the A166, which is this color. Yes, it's this color. We don't need a whole lot because it's a pretty, like, see, it's a really strong color. So this is probably already enough. But you see what, like a nice green we get? That is not something I've got on my palette, but I want a little bit more. And I'm going to use it for the grass. So for this part. You see how bright? Oh, beautiful. Love it. Do I want to go to the edge? No, I don't. I think I want to keep it more higher up. I think I want to leave it roughly like there. Don't go all the way to the edge. Maybe I do. Do I? Maybe I do. Let's do it. Let's first do it like this, and then I can think about it. If I like it like this, I'm not going to add in more. You know, that's the plan. And these same colors I will also use on the other page when I get around to that one. This is also why I'm using certain colors on this page. Because if I would have done this page by itself, I might have made a different decision. I think I do like it like this, not all the way to the edge. I'm not sure yet. Let's keep going. Do I want it till the edge? I think I do. Okay, let's take it off. I want it maybe a bit more diluted and maybe a little bit darker. Yeah, like this. I don't know. I think it needs all the way till the edge. Maybe dilute it with the other like stuff that I already placed. I don't know. Like dilute it out to the bottom, basically. I think I like it like this. I don't want any more like that. I am thinking about doing the background a color, but I'm not sure. Maybe let's do the tree trunk first. We've not done that yet. Let's see, which color do I want? Do I want a real brown? Let me have a look on the other side, what's on the other page to make a decision. We got a butterfly, we got mushrooms, we got leaves, we got 3 types, we got grass, we got 4 even. Yeah, let's do an orangey brown. Because that can be used on the leaves on the ground on the other side. I think that would be nice. So maybe like this one. So not too dark, like really lightish. So A334, which is the 6th one from above. So that is, let me have one look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it that one? Yeah, it is that one. It looks really dark. Hold up. Let's have one more look. Number 5. Yeah. A334. Yeah, it is this one. It looks really dark for some reason. Is that really the one I want? It does look like it. Let me have a look. Umber. Yeah, A334 umber. Yeah, this is the one I want. Like a nice warm brown. See? Perfect. Okay. It's like a really warm brown. And that's the only reason why I do this one and not like a brown is because I want to use it on the other page. It's pretty wet, so let's dab it on my towel. Like when this happens, when it's really too wet, I dab my brush so it sucks up. And then I just smooth it out. Because if you leave too much of a puddle, you will see that as well. Like what happened over here, the way it dried up, that's what I mean. You get those harsh lines if there's too much of a water puddle. But I can smooth that out with pencil, no problem. I think I like that. Oh, we've got another one. Holy, oops. I almost forgot the other one. Silly, huh? There we go. That also now is a base color. Yeah, I love it. I do want to color in the background. And I also want to color this one in. But I think I want a light blue for that. Because we're also going to have a lot of light blue for Alice's dress on the other side. I will clip my paper like to the cardboard again. Because otherwise I'm afraid it will curl up. Which it is already doing a little bit. There we go. Okay, let's do a light blue for this. Let's clean this up. Let's clean this part. Because there's not much color on this side, so I can use this part. There we go. Maybe a little bit less. Come on. Yep. Okay, now we can use that for our blue. Let's do that. Let's put some water down because I want to dilute it. And let's see for which one I want. I think I want this one. Do I? Yes, I do. And then I'm gonna mix it with some white. So this is A194, which is this lovely color. It's called the... I'm gonna rotate my palette again so I can read it for you. It's called the Peacock Blue. Yeah, I like this blue. It's really like contrasting, but I need some white with it. So let's take some white. Alrighty. Oh yeah. This is what I mean. This is what I like for the Alice dress. So this is peacock blue combined with white. And it's gorgeous. And we're going to use it on this part. Oh wow. It's quite blue, isn't it? Yeah, I already went for it. Straight in, people. Straight in. No regrets. It's really blue in my opinion. I do like it. It's a soft blue. Ooh. Let's fill in the back of the card next to the queen. It's nice contrast with the blue and the pink and the reds. Yeah, maybe I should have wet the page a little bit beforehand because this is not going as smooth as I want it to go. Let's wet the page a bit so it's acting a little bit better. I am gonna add in pigment later, but I'm just gonna wet it because it became really dry, as you can see. So I'm just gonna wet it a little bit so the layer that I lay down is a bit easier. There's a bit too much water on this side. Okay, let's continue. Hopefully that will work. It's a bit too dry to make a nice soft background. Yeah. Maybe I also want this color in the background. I'm not sure because I was thinking about the granulating one, but that one is like orangey and pink. I'm not sure if I want that with this color scheme. You know what I mean? I think the blue would be much nicer in the background. So I think I'm gonna go for this same blue in the background. Because I like it. I think it's a lovely blue. It makes it pop, which I like. Nice vibrant colors for this one. Alrighty. That's this side. Then we're going to the other side. Let's go over this a little bit more because it's a bit splotchy in my opinion. I went over my cat. Oh no. I messed up. Right over here. It's not that bad luckily, but that was not the plan. This part is really dry, unfortunately. Okay. I think that should do it. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think this is nice, but I do want that also in the background. Maybe like white on the bottom and then only on the top. I don't know yet. Let's make it wet at the very least. There's her hair. Let's wetten the page. I think I want it white behind the bushes, so I don't have to wet that much. Like going from a dark blue on the top to a lighter blue on the bottom. I think I want to do it like that. I think that would be nice. Alright, I think that's enough water. Okay, let's dilute this. I'm not sure if this is enough. Maybe it is. Let's just try. Okay, it's really diluted, so it's a much lighter shade now. But I also don't want it really dark. Maybe darker than this. Let's put my cups to the side because I want to remove my clip for a little bit. Because I'm gonna make this all blue. Okay, let's add some more blue. So I'm gonna take a little bit more of this color. There we go. Let's take a little bit more white. So we've got a little bit more pigment to work with. And let's start. It's really wet, as you can see. I'm doing that on purpose. So it's a lot lighter than what we did over there. Making it nice and light this time around. All the way into the spine this time. And then some water to blend it out here. Yep. I think that's what I want. Nice light shade. And some more here. It's a bit too light behind the card. Okay. And then a little bit more there. And then we're gonna blend it out downwards with some water. Like so. And even more water for the last bit. And that's how we're gonna leave it, I think. Like it's really light blue on the background. It might need a little bit more than this. But I do like it, so I'm gonna leave it. If I want to smooth it out, I can always use my pencils on top. Because this is also a little bit splotchy. But it's fine. I think I'm gonna leave it like this. I think we're done for today. For this one. And yeah, I'm gonna clean this up now, but this is how far we've gotten today. So I'm gonna leave this open and I'm gonna leave it somewhere up high so my cat can't reach it. And then I leave it to dry, and then next time we will use my Faber-Castell Polychromos pencil to shade everything, because this is already dry, completely dry. So if you really would like to continue the same day, you have to wait at least an hour or so. And if you then touch it and it still feels a bit moist, don't do it. Wait another hour. But usually this dries up pretty quickly. But yeah, we now used quite a lot of water, so this needs another hour to dry if you would like to continue. But just in case you want to do that, that's my tip. Wait a little bit longer. Leave it overnight. So yeah, this is what we did for today. And I hope to see you for part 2, where we are gonna do colored pencils on this one. I am really in love with the colors I picked. It's really cute. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you for part 2. Thank you. Bye bye.